say. So, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Excellent. So, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it's a great pleasure to be with you today and provide my remarks in this session of the 6th Forum of the EU Strategy for the Adriatic and the Ionian region, dedicated on how to connect our region, how to sparkle further cooperation through the green energy recovery and resilience, and help our countries and Europe to emerge stronger from this pandemic. As a coordinator of the Greek National Hydrogen Committee, I will dedicate this speech on where else? Hydrogen. A cross-cutting aspect as an emerging hydrogen economy can and will transversely affect all 4 thematic pillars of the EUSAIR: the connection of the region, the blue growth, the environmental quality, and even sustainable tourism to a lesser extent. In December 2020, our National Hydrogen Committee rolled up sleeves with the mandate to develop the Greek National Hydrogen Strategy by the end of the first half of 2021. Our National Hydrogen Strategy will entail a detailed roadmap for the emergence of a national hydrogen economy, aiming towards a parallel development of the demand with that of building a sound backbone of the upstream, midstream, and downstream infrastructure. Hydrogen is no longer an afterthought, and one of the main drivers of this admirable acceleration has been the special emphasis given from a European level during the German and the Portuguese presidencies, setting a fast European pace and bringing hydrogen from a technology of the 50s to a reality of the 30s. Hydrogen is now gaining traction not only in Europe, but in Asia as well, with many first-moving countries like Japan and Korea developing state-of-the-art technologies, but also it is incorporated as a hot topic in Biden's administration policy. Hydrogen is a strategic priority for our energy transition, as it is one of the leading options for storing energy, enabling the integration of variable renewables in the European energy mix, while also decarbonize some hard-to-abate industries not so easy to electrify. Especially on green hydrogen, Greece supports the EU goal of installing at least 6 gigawatt of renewable hydrogen electrolyzers in the EU by 2024 and 40 gigawatts of renewable hydrogen by 2030. And we will follow the proportionality principle. The parallel development of the supply with that of the demand, with a holistic approach, we hope that it will set us free from the chicken and egg captivity issue. Moreover, in December 2020, Greece, together with Croatia, Italy, and Slovenia, and a group of another 18 member states plus Norway, signed the manifesto for the development of a European hydrogen technologies and systems value chain to pursue ambitious low carbon and renewable hydrogen goals to build a sector of excellence in Europe. We recently launched the Greek expression of interest for the important projects of common European interest, the so-called IPCI or EUSAIR, or as an interministerial effort to secure national alignment in the development of our hydrogen economy. I'm very proud that the Greek call has been embraced by our government vertically. This joint effort between the Ministries of Environment and Energy, Development and Investments as the originators and coordinators, and the Ministries of Shipping and Infrastructure and Transportation, along with the General Secretary of Research and Innovation, laid down the grounds for attracting investments from the entire hydrogen value chain. These start from generation of green and blue hydrogen and expand all the way to create hydrogen-ready ports and ferries, launch hydrogen bus fleets and other heavy-duty vehicles, convert heavy-emitting industries to hydrogen-powered ones, while also embrace innovative Greek startups and spin-offs to continue innovating at a global scale, such as in the production of electrolyzers. Let me share with you that the process has just been completed, and after a period of 3 months of hard and dedicated work, we can now count more than 20 plus projects that have applied and wish to be included in this first wave of the hydrogen IPCI. and they're currently under review and evaluation. Through this framework that promotes interconnectivity and synergy development between companies and institutions of at least 3 to 4 member states, we want to reach out to other companies from other member states and jointly co-generate and share added value in IPCEI projects through the upcoming matchmaking process. More precisely, one of our proposed projects includes the production of green hydrogen in a formal lignite side production through electrolysis and the ejection of this hydrogen inside the Trans-Adriatic pipeline, blending it with gas and delivering hydrogen to Italy, and then from there to Central Europe. Or I can mention another one that we'll be producing blue hydrogen and we'll be shipping the captured carbon dioxide to a CO2 storage site located within the geography of our region. We ourselves view this as a strategic opportunity for Greece to intensify our cooperation with the countries of our neighborhood, and especially the Adriatic and Ionian region, not only as a potential green-blue hydrogen upstreamers, but also as a gateway of hydrogen produced in the North Africa and Eastern Mediterranean. We are open to jointly develop production sites and at the same time provide investors the security to plan ahead and reduce market uncertainty. We're also eager to upgrade our interconnections gas-wise and electricity-wise. In the gas sector, the European Hydrogen Backbone group, as Cosma mentioned before, presented their vision of a nearly 40,000 kilometers of hydrogen pipeline infrastructure covering 21 countries by 2040, with 70% of the proposed hydrogen network being brownfield, repurposed, existing natural gas grids. In the Western Balkans, we are still on our way to expand our gas network and also make the decision if our companies should start building greenfield hydrogen pipelines or not. This should be taken into account and communicated thoroughly in a European level, as we need to take stride for this to happen as other European countries make smaller and more calculated steps forward. On the electricity front, the power demand is set to rise in the next period because of the ample large-scale electrification, the uptake of e-mobility, and the upcoming interconnections of our islands with the national grid. This makes imperative the need to meet this growing demand with green, affordable, clean energy, and at the same time upgrade our electricity networks, further promote smart grids, demand-side management, and move forward with our cross-border interconnection. This is where hydrogen could act as a Swiss army knife of our energy transition. And since Adriatic and Ionian regions count more than 1,000 islands with few tens among them being inhabited, I think that it is worth mentioning that hydrogen's modular nature and fuel cell technologies allow the implementation of hydrogen systems in decentralized applications, namely islands. In Greece, despite our independent power transmission operator ambitious strategy to complete by 2030 the interconnection of Crete, Cyclades, North and Eastern Aegean, and Dodecanese with the national electricity grid, a limited number of smaller islands will probably remain disconnected from the main grid. For these cases, hydrogen technologies could be suitable to help islands generate their own sustainable, low-cost energy with the installation of renewable hybrid plants while serving as a fuel carrier for other energy uses. This is a field where EUSAIR members could jointly work together and should be a part of the EU strategy for Adriatic and the Ionian region. Apart from power generation, I wanted to move forward to the decarbonization of the transportation sector. Since the very beginning, Prime Minister Mitsotakis' administration put electric mobility as a priority in our energy and transportation policy agenda. But we need to recognize that the future will not solely rely on battery-powered electric cars, but also hydrogen propulsion using fuel cells, or so-called e-fuels. Hydrogen alone, or hydrogen-based fuels like syngas, ammonia, methanol, could be employed as e-fuels for cars, and especially heavy-duty trucks in the short to medium term, as well as ships and planes in the longer term. In addition, it is widely known that the maritime sector is of strategic importance to Greece, and hydrogen could become a game changer, not only by using hydrogen and its carriers, such as ammonia and methanol, as a fuel, but mainly because of the need to connect remote hydrogen production sites across the globe with the hydrogen markets by somehow emulating the LNG market. Our shipping industry is currently monitoring the latest technological developments with the aim to envision the new generation of ships, while for the moment we are focusing on short distances ferries that would be ideal for the Aegean and the Ionian. And since we're in the maritime sector with all the new hydrogen technology that will be coming out in the next period, perhaps we should revisit the Adrian project and make hydrogen a protagonist in the green port transformation. This way we can ensure all the targets set of improving the port's overall efficiency, increase its environmental performance, and ensure an emission-free port of operation, they will all be met. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, hydrogen, as I said, is no longer an afterthought. Our position is that a comprehensive European hydrogen policy is needed, and our countries might work together towards such direction. A common strategy would help the EU remove unnecessary barriers to accelerate the emergence of the hydrogen economy and avoid over-regulation, for example. At the same time, this would enable us to get a better understanding of our internal market and better forecast the hydrogen imports needed once the European demand and production capacity has been reliably estimated. In addition, large-scale investments in hydrogen can position the EU in the international hydrogen energy supply chain and also foster new technological and industrial development in the regional economies, creating skilled jobs that would be lost in the nothing-to-do scenario. Especially for Greece, it will not only help the regions affected the most by the decarbonization strategy, but also enable the repatriation of high-caliber scientists who are currently working abroad. So the so-called brain drain could be reversed into brain gain. Finally, the role of public awareness and education should be emphasized. Technical knowledge about hydrogen and its technology will lead to greater acceptability through increased levels of confidence in the constantly changing technology. We are certain that a European green hydrogen economy or low carbon hydrogen economy is possible and plausible. Greece aspires to take the stride forward and harvest this opportunity to find the sweet spot and better position itself in the hydrogen value chain. This cannot be done without using all the help we can get from our neighbors to co-create and co-share the generated added value for such endeavor. I truly look forward to seeing further future events on hydrogen that will sparkle further cooperation between our governments and our corporate sectors of EUSAIR countries. European needs a stronger South. Thank you, and I look forward to participating in the discussion.
Thanks also